welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the first part of a series that I'm going to do on decorating my new home. Now, we moved in almost a year ago and I have really taken my time with the decorating. I feel that when you take your time, you're able to really be selective about what you're bringing into the home rather than just trying to find something to quickly fill a space that you need decorated. So I think that you get a more curated look, I think that you get a more cohesive look, and ultimately I think that you're going to get a look that is more you and what you want in the home. This decorating series is all going to be about that, the slow adding of things, finding kind of that perfect item to fill a space, and I'll be showing you how I'm doing things and also going through why I've made certain decisions on which pieces that I've chosen. Now, I currently have my home decorated for fall. If you haven't had a chance to check out my fall Decorate With Me video, I will link that below. But today's video is going to be focused more on what I would consider permanent decor. So even as I'm changing my decor throughout the season, these are items that will stay in the home throughout all of those seasons. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, I'd love it if you would consider subscribing. I'd love to have you back. And if you find today's video helpful, please like it. And also, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave me a comment as well. So a couple things that I added to the living room that made a really big impact were this accent chair that I have placed by the fireplace. I'm showing here what it looked like before, and as you can see, it looks a lot more bare. I really felt like that space needed an accent chair, plus it provides extra seating when we have guests over. I found this one at TJ Maxx. It was only $160 and it does swivel. We have a lot of brown leather accents in the home, so I feel like this was a perfect way to repeat that element. I also added this ottoman here. This was another one that I found at TJ Maxx. I moved the little blanket basket that I had over to this other spot and put the ottoman there. I really feel like it balances it out a lot better, and it also provides additional seating as well for when we have company over. I'm also going to add another piece of artwork into my living room today. This wall over here, I really felt like needed something. The walls just felt a little bit bare and I wanted to add another piece. I like to try a lot of different things sometimes when I'm not exactly sure what I want to put up. So what I did is I went and got a bunch of different things that I liked and decided to just kind of hold them up and see what they look like. So I'm doing that for you here on camera, so that way you guys can get a sense of what my process looks like. I think it's a great thing to do if you're not sure about something or what, different things will look like in a space. Just go ahead and grab different things. Don't take it out of the packaging. Hang on to the receipts. Hold them up to the wall. Get a second opinion from a family member if you need to, or have your family member hold them up so you can take a step back and see what they look like from a different point in the room. And that way you can make a better decision on what will work rather than wondering if something else would have been a better fit, especially if there are multiple things that you liked. Most of the artwork that I'm showing is from Hobby Lobby, but I did get that little gallery set from TJ Maxx, which I think is really cute. And then the very first piece that had the horses on it is from World Market. I really liked a lot of the things that I held up. It was a really hard decision to make. I had my husband help hold things up so I could stand back and see what everything looked like. And I also got his opinion on what he liked. And I will show you guys in just a minute which one we ended up choosing. One thing that I have learned to always do nowadays is to measure when I'm hanging up artwork so that way I can put it in the right spot and make sure that it's straight. I take masking tape and hang it between the 2 points on the back of the picture that I want to hang it from. And then I take that masking tape and put it on the wall. I have it measured so that it's centered on the wall. And then I also use my level to make sure that it's level. And then just went ahead and marked the 2 points where I'm going to nail in the nails. So that way I have a nice straight hang on this. We ended up going with the horse print. I really felt like the colors worked well with the color of the wall, and then we also have a lot of black accents. There's also a little gold detail in the frame, which I thought bounced off of the gold in our floor lamp really well. I also like the size and the shape of it for this space, and ultimately I just really liked the print of it. As you can see, it's got really cool details when you look at it close up, and I just thought that that was so beautiful. I also felt like it made a little bit more of a statement than the other pieces that I held up without being too overwhelming. The next thing that I'm doing is making space for a rug and a coffee table. So I have been wanting to put a rug down, of course, in our living room for a long time. We have an older pet, so rugs tend to be a spot that she's really attracted to and having accidents on. So that's one reason why I haven't been able to put down a rug yet. But I've been looking for a good washable rug. A lot of the washable rugs that I've seen though are so thin and they look like blankets, so I'm worried that they're gonna get jostled around, especially since we have a cat that likes to run around a lot and a baby. So when I found this rug at TJ Maxx though, I was in love with it. It had the most beautiful pattern, the most beautiful colors. I felt like it looked like a Laloy dupe, and it's also really soft like a Laloy rug. This one was only $60 and it's washable. I held up the back of it a second ago so you could kind of see it has a sticky back, and it actually has a really good weight to it, so I think it's gonna stay down really well. I also thought that the price was amazing. This was only $60, which I thought was such a great deal. It really is beautiful. I'm absolutely in love with the pattern and the colors, and I think it looks perfect in here. It complements everything really well, and I love the overall feel and effect that this rug gives to the space. So I'm also adding this coffee table, and this is a testament to why it's such a great idea to wait until you find the perfect thing rather than just buying something to quickly fill a space when you're decorating a new place. So I had my eye on a coffee table when we first moved in, but the sizing just wasn't quite right. And I also didn't think that ultimately it matched really well with the decor style that we have in the home. And so that was a long time ago, and I've just been keeping my eye out for a coffee table without having to be in a rush. We were using that acrylic drink table as another place to set drinks when my husband and I are relaxing on the couch. But I saw this one at TJ Maxx and I knew it was just perfect for this space, and I am so happy with it. The key was finding something that was the right size. Sizing is so important when you're picking out furniture, and we spent a lot of time measuring and picking out things that would fit the size well. You know, our dining table, our couch, and all of that. So size and scale are so important, and I knew that this one would be the perfect size. Plus it has the dark legs, which we have a lot of dark furniture accents throughout the home, as well as dark cabinets, which are all in that space. So I knew that that would match really well, and I loved that. I love the modern feel of it, and something that I wasn't expecting as much, but the marble complements our couch so well. well. So I was really pleased with that, how that turned out, and it really is the perfect coffee table for this space. I absolutely love it, and I think it goes so well with our new rug too. Here I'm styling it with an Amber Lewis book. I showed it's got some really pretty design ideas, so I love looking through that and getting a little bit of inspiration. And then I got these two dishes that I'm using. I'm kind of comparing which styles would be best. I got those both at World Market. It was another instance where I didn't know exactly which size I wanted, so I decided to just buy both and, you know, put them on the table and see which one looked better. In this case, I plan to actually keep both because I think that I could use the other one in styling in a different place in the home. I honestly thought that they both look good, so I may switch them out, especially if I'm using a candle that will fit the bigger one better. But for now, I decided to just go with the smaller one because I thought it worked really well with the LED pillar candle that I'm using. And like I said, I'm so happy with how this turned out. It's just beautiful. I think it really makes the space so cozy, so inviting, and I am absolutely in love with all of these new additions. Another thing that I wanted to share in today's video, so this was a vase that I had picked up a little while back. I got it at World Market and I was so completely in love with it. I also got these stems that I'm holding up at World Market. So these are the stems that I plan to style more year round. I do currently have some different stems in there for fall. I have some dried eucalyptus stems, so I plan to keep those in there throughout the fall season. But I did want to show these on today's video just because I loved this so much. So it's that big round vase there that's got all of the texture on it. I love the color and how it bounces off the white matting and the photo frames that are right next to it. I think it complements that really well and kind of ties all of the different colors on the console table together. I just also love this as kind of a statement piece. I don't see a lot of vases like this, and I just absolutely thought it was gorgeous. I love the round shape of it. And then when I saw these stems, I thought that they were so gorgeous for styling in this. I love how they hang out of it. And again, just complement the colors in the space so well. They're a really unique stem that you just don't see a lot of places. Hopping over to my kitchen where I've made a few little updates that I wanted to share. So I grabbed this. This is kind of one of those little small details, but something that I changed. It's a tension paper towel holder, and I'm just switching out the one that I had with this tension one. This is something that just looks a little more sophisticated, but it's also super functional because it holds the paper towels in better. So I love the way that looks. I picked that up at TJ Maxx, and I believe it was only $12.99. I'm also going to do some cutting board styling, which I haven't done before on my backsplash. Both of these cutting boards I picked up at Hobby Lobby, so they were a great price. I thought that the simple black one would be really nice layered behind this checkered one. We have a lot of checkered accents in the home, so it was a way to bring this into the kitchen. I also got this little lamp at TJ Maxx. I like the woven details of it, and I'm just styling it right here. It's a touch lamp, so one thing that I really like about it is that I can move it around to different parts of the kitchen and it doesn't need to be near an outlet. So I thought it would also be really cute right here. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and style it next to the cutting boards on the backsplash. Another little thing that I did, and this was just a small detail, but I found this little tray and I thought it was so perfect. This is brand new at Target. I just picked it up a couple days ago. They have two different sizes. They also have a larger size, which I also picked up, but I felt that the darker brown would complement the cabinets a little bit better, and I also just generally liked the shape of this better. For some reason, I thought that that little handle just added a more cozy and inviting detail to the tray. So I really love how this looks. Again, it's just such a small detail, but I think it just elevates it a little bit more and looks a little bit nicer here in this space. That wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for following along on these updates that I've made in decorating my new home. I will be doing more videos like this in the future, as well as seasonal decorating. So go ahead and follow along for those. Don't forget to subscribe, and I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much.